What's up everyone, welcome back to Living Survival. Today we're going to take a look at a pretty cool piece of camp cookware. We're going to look at the Gerber ComplEAT. When I first saw the Gerber ComplEAT, I knew I had to take a look at it, and you're going to come with me for the first time using this. I'm going to cook up some breakfast this morning. The Gerber ComplEAT is comprised of 4 different components. So you have a spoon, a fork, a dual-sided spatula, and a 4-function multi-tool, and it can also be used as tongs, which is something that I use a lot. I love those wings, and I use tongs a lot, and this is going to be really handy if it works well to take instead of all the separate pieces of camp cookware that I have. Now, playing with this, the only con that I see here is that it does take all the components to sandwich this together. It all kind of locks into place here. You press this up, and if I press it back down to lock it into place, you sort of hear that click there. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to move around in your pack. But let's say you did lose this multi-tool piece, for example. You know, the rest of this is just going to sort of be really loose and not gonna clamp down for you. So the 4 sections here that you have is you have this fork. It's more like a spork, but they call it a fork. Pretty durable. You know, it does have a little bit of bend to it, but you know, really lightweight, and it does seem quite tough. You got the spoon here. You've got the double-sided spatula here that has sort of a serrated edge here and a cleaning edge here. This is high temp nylon, so you know, it'll work on grills, or it's supposed to work on grills and in hot liquids, for example. But you have sort of this silicone edge on here that's going to help you, you know, scrape out those pots and pans. And then you have your multi-tool here, which is a can opener. It's also a package opener. It's a bottle opener, and then it's also got a little vegetable peeler here on the edge. So not sure how much I would use that, although last time we were camping we did struggle to find a can opener. We finally used one on a multi-tool, but lucky we had that multi-tool, because otherwise we did not have a way to open the cans. With this thing weighing less than 2.5 ounces, that makes it an awesome addition to my kit for backpacking for sure. Certainly we'll take it for that. So the whole thing sort of just clicks in here, again, as I showed earlier. Real easy to stow it away. And then another really nice feature, the thing that I really like about this, is that you can take either the fork or the spoon, and you can stick it into the slot on the other side here, and you can make yourself some tongs. So really handy for flipping things like wings, or we're going to do some bacon today, and we'll see how well the tong portion of that works out. While that's cooking, let's give this peeler a try. Not really the best at peeling. I mean, it does work. Might work a little bit better on like carrots or something. Make sure it's not just a left-handed thing. It does work. You really got to get in there and pull pretty hard on it. It's not going to work as good as your normal kitchen peeler. So yeah, the can opener is pretty worthless, at least on a can like this that doesn't really have a lip on it. There isn't really anything right there to catch as you would on a typical can opener to be able to do that. So, you know, again, is it going to work in a pinch if you really, really try at it? Probably. I don't really usually bring cans with me backpacking anyway, which is where I would take this tool. So again, you know, the vegetable peeler and the bottle opener and the can openers, you know, really not that important to me. So it is definitely a drawback that you need this in order to nest the rest of the tools. You know, they work really well. I like the fact that you have a full-size spoon here. I like the fact that you have a full-size spork and it actually does, the tines actually do work. You know, I was able to pick up pieces of egg and pieces of hash brown by stabbing them. So that's a great, you know, bonus there, that these are actual useful utensils. And I like that you do get two. You know, you never know when you're going to be eating with one and stirring something with the other. So that's nice. You don't have to just take one. Again, they're full size. Now, they're not extra long, so if you're going to use them for eating, you know, like dehydrated meals, you're not going to be able to get to the very bottom. You know, honestly, I don't take the long spoons anyway. The long spoons don't even reach to the bottom most of the time. I just end up cutting the bag in half after it's heated up, and I can get, you know, to the bottom of the bag if I'm eating out of the bag. Anyway, as far as the spatula goes, again, it's kind of so-so. With the spatula, it does work. However, flipping things like eggs that are kind of, you know, you need a wider spatula. So I think that, you know, it may work good for flipping hamburgers or pancakes, something that has a little bit more, is a little bit more solid, but definitely it didn't work very well with the eggs. I kind of butchered those eggs anyway, but it is nice that it has this, this edge on it to clean the corners of bowls and edges. And, you know, it works great as tongs, being able to take either the spoon or the fork and just reverse it and click it in here and give yourself a pair of tongs. That worked really well. It was in that really hot pan and it didn't melt at all. So, you know, I'm looking forward to using that quite a bit more, and that really is what drew me to this anyway. There are other tongs on the market out there, but, you know, they're not any wider than this. So, you know, again, with the spatula, it's made to be used as tongs as well, so I can see why it's this thin. But if you do need a dedicated spatula, which I generally don't, you know, you're going to want to go with something a little bit wider. The GSI folding spatula or the MSR spatula would probably work a little bit better for you there. But again, I do like the fact that it nests. Unfortunately, you do have to have that extra piece, which, you know, really I don't see myself using a whole lot. But this does click nicely in there, and you got a nice lightweight piece of kit to take with you out on the trail. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. Please give it a big thumbs up for me, and make sure you let me know what you think in the comment section below. Feel free to share this video to any friends or family on your social media, and if you haven't already done so, click the red subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified of new videos.